Hey loves, welcome back to Vitamin D TV. In this episode, we are going to talk about why you guys are feeling burnt out. Okay, so getting right to the point, one of the reasons, number one, why you guys are feeling burnt out is because, for one, you're being way too hard on yourself. Like, relax. It's good to, want to succeed and to really want something for yourself, especially in this year 2021. But you're one person and one person can only do so much, okay? So the fastest way to burn out is to be overdoing it, okay? So take it easy, man. Don't do too much. Don't be too hard on yourself. Don't criticize yourself. Don't feel like, oh, you should be at this point, but you're not. So, etc., etc. Like, gotta learn how to cleanse those thoughts out of you guys' heads, okay? And how do you do that? By personally developing yourself. That's something you guys gotta do for yourself. I can't do it for you, okay? So, just become consciously aware when you're being too hard on yourself and try to change that thought to something better, all right? So, number one, for being burnt out is because you guys probably being too hard on yourself. Number two is because you guys, I know I'm talking to a lot of y'all. With this one, number two, you guys are probably juggling way too many languages at once. Like, you wanted to learn French your entire life, but here you are practicing French along with Italian, Portuguese, Japanese, and Vietnamese, and you're wondering why you're not where you want to be in French yet. You're spreading your energies way too thin, okay? You like I said the last time, one person can only do but so much. Like, I'm not saying don't try to practice more than one language at a time, but if you really want to master a language, you're going to get to that point way faster when you are focused on one language. Now, for those of you who might want to learn two languages at a time, this is the recommendation I would give you. For one, don't go more than two languages. Don't put your efforts into more than two languages at a time if you're trying to master them, okay? And this is the rule. 70-30. Put 70% of your time in the main language that you guys want to learn and 30% into the other language that you want to learn, okay? So you're still progressing in both languages, but you're progressing more in one other than the other. That way you can really feel like you're getting somewhere, okay? And that's also why I say don't go past two languages, because that's when you're going to start feeling stressed out. That's when you're doing too much, in my opinion, as opposed to trying to get to mastery in it. No more than two languages, okay? So don't be too hard on yourself and don't study more than two languages at a time. Number three, this pretty much coincides with number two. You're spreading yourself too thin doing other things. So even if it's not language learning, maybe you still have way too many hobbies going on. Maybe you spend all of your time on social media. And if you're not spending your time on social media, you're doing something else like gardening. If you're not gardening, you're probably spending 20 minutes practicing on Duolingo. And then you're back to doing 20,000 other things other than sitting down and studying your languages. Listen. If you're really gonna get fluent, you're gonna have to really sit down and put effort and time into it. You're gonna have to focus for more than 20 minutes a day on your language learning, okay? And even if you only do 20 minutes a day, make sure you're doing it every single day and putting your all into it, okay? So cut down on the hobbies, if you would. Like, where focus goes, energy flows. I think it goes something like that. I think they're saying something like that. So be careful what you're focusing on is what I'm getting at with that one, okay? So number four, why you guys might be feeling burnt out is because, and I'm guilty of this one, disorganization, okay? If we're gonna get anywhere in life, guys, we gotta learn how to organize ourselves. How do we do that? By creating a schedule. And I'm not saying you have to know what you're doing, what you're gonna do every single hour of every single day, but have some type of schedule, some type of structure. Like 6 a.m., between 6 to 10, you're reading, you're doing your personal development, and then you're doing your languages, and then you're gonna go make breakfast, etc., etc. Like, just have a schedule of some sort. Even if you have kids, come up with a way that you can incorporate your language learning into your schedule with what you're doing with your kids, okay? Even if it's just passively listening to the language, that still makes a difference, okay? Kids can listen to personal development too, okay? So just do what you can to incorporate your language learning into your schedule if you don't have one already, okay? So next up, why you guys might be feeling burnt out. We are on number 5. This one I know is gonna hit a couple of you guys. Number 5, why you guys are feeling burnt out is because you are probably trying to be somebody else, okay? If you guys are huge fans of a certain polyglot and you see them practicing 7 languages all day, every day, and they are at that mastery level in those languages, and you're trying to go do the same thing, it's not gonna work for you, okay? It's not gonna work for you. People at that level know what they are doing to be able to delegate their time in such a way. But if you're still in the beginner advanced level in your journey, that's not something you should be trying to do right now. Like, yes, it's good to pick up certain things from certain people that you admire, but you are still your own person, okay? And stop trying to impersonate somebody else, because the best version you can be is yourself, okay? And when you're trying to be somebody else, you're busy comparing yourself to them, thus giving them your energy. That's why you're feeling burnt out. You're giving too much of your energy to somebody else that's not you. So chill with that, guys. Chill with that. Absorb, observe, take in what you appreciate from people who you really admire, but don't try to be like them, okay? Last but not least, why you guys are feeling burnt out is because being focused on the wrong things, okay? What do I mean by that? It is so easy to wake up in the morning and scroll on Facebook and scroll on Instagram for 2 hours. And you know what you could have been doing in those 2 hours? It even says it on the app at this point. You could have been using Duolingo. You could have been practicing. You could have been getting in your cardio and, saying your affirmations, meditating in the morning before the day officially starts for you. And then you go do etc. But if you guys are focused on the wrong things, and if you're not organized, you don't have a schedule, how are you really going to get somewhere in your language learning? One thing about having goals is to really start learning where to put your focus on things, okay? And that's something I'm learning myself. So I'm talking to myself while I'm talking to you guys, so it goes hand in hand. So those are my tips. I'm gonna review them real quick. Number 1, don't be too hard on yourself. Number 2, don't juggle more than 2 languages at a time. Number 3, don't spread yourself too thin doing any other activities that's not getting you anywhere, if you would. 4, don't be disorganized, okay? Try to make you guys a schedule of some sort so you can get some type of structure to your life, okay, and in your journey. Number 5, don't try to be like no one else. Be yourself. Simple as that. And number 6, don't be focused on the wrong things, okay? Don't let that novio take you away from practicing like you should be doing, okay? Don't let anybody take you away from what you're trying to accomplish, okay? They're supposed to complement your journey, not distract you from it. So if you guys got any value from this video, feel free to comment, like, and subscribe to this channel. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know what was your favorite tip. And I will see you guys soon for the next video.